I'm sure you had plenty emotional moments. So what is, I guess, what's one of the biggest ones where you're like, I can't believe this happened to me, that you could talk, well, talk about it or go around it or
Mm,
whatever.
yeah. Well, I could share. I mean, I wake up and I'm like, God is so good because if I would have told y'all that I just wrote down some of the stuff and then I just, I watch it happen and come into fruition, it people probably wouldn't even believe me. Um, I would say one of my biggest challenges was oh, here's one. I was doing like background hair for the Oscars, and not and as the job was presented to me, it was like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do, it was just crazy. Like, okay, maybe do 40 wigs like this, and then we end up doing something completely different and putting a team together. It really, after watching it, the live performance, I sat back and I just cried for some time and I had to take it in, and like it was hard to swallow and hard to just soak in the, like, okay, like wow, like not only did I do this, but just looking at all the different lives that were impacted in this moment, like all the hard work that went into it, all like every single person that said yes when it came to like, hey, can you work? Because a lot of times I'll reach out to people like, hey, are you busy on this day? Are you busy on that day? And sometimes they're like, oh no, I can't, or what's it for? And I can't say what it's for, or whatever the case is. And there's a lot of people that say yes, and they're just like, I trust you. I know you'll take care of whatever the situation. And like one of my friends she had just had a baby not too long from it, and I was like, hey, how are you? Like, are you back? I'm not gonna try to pressure you to be back because I'm all for maternity. You're for women, moms to have that time, but I also don't want to like take that away and like decide for you whether or not you want to, if you want to work or not. And she's like, oh yeah, girl, I could work, I could do this or whatever, but I might have to make a couple adjustments, just like just little things like that. So I'm just like, every single life that was impacted after watching the performance, and that was very, very emotional, and it was a moment full of gratitude. And I'm like, gosh, it was nights of, I don't know, it was 3 or 4 nights of, maybe three, of prepping and last, like, it just being so last minute and not thinking that we can do it and not thinking that I can come up with the team and trust the people were going to come. And it was just like you had to let go and let God handle and just present like a nice community vibe for everyone and welcome everyone in and allow people to feel loved and feel seen and be able to like create. And when I tell you, it was the most beautiful thing ever, just reflecting back on to everyone working and hustling and tired, laid out on the floor and
Right.
eating, and just, it was definitely a moment of celebration. Um, and just gratitude for like the whole team of everyone who was a part of the project. And yeah, that was one of my, I was like, wow, we're here and we're doing this and we didn't give up. There was times, I mean, even throughout my career, I'm like, I don't think I could do this. And they're like, oh, why me? And
Right.
and I pray on it, and I'm like so grateful for like for my community, my family being so supportive, because I think at that point when I got a call to work, I had just put on a baby shower for another friend the night, I mean the same day that I had to start prepping for the next day or whatever. It was something crazy. And I'm just like, I'm so grateful.